Color grading. Color grading has always been my favorite part of editing, and a lot of you wants to know how I color grade. So today, I'm gonna show you how I color grade. Color grading is what really defines a film. It builds the mood, the look, and the vibe. It's what makes people connect with the story. So before color grading, there's 3 things you should know to get a good color grade. Step 1. Lighting. Lighting has always been the #1 rule of film. The more light you have, the more detail you get. But too much light can break the image. So there are many light sources we can work with. Sunlight, lamps, artificial lights. To enhance the lighting, I shoot at an angle where there's both light and dark. So there's contrast in the frame and it looks balanced. Step 2. ISO. ISO controls how sensitive your camera is to light. Higher ISO makes the image brighter, but it also adds noise. Keep your ISO as low as possible and try to keep your exposure within 2 stops. It really just comes down to practice and learning what's best for you as you color grade your footage. Step 3. Color contrast. Good color grading isn't just about making things brighter, it's about how colors work together in a shot. Putting opposite or matching colors side by side makes each one stands out. It all depends on the emotion of the scene and your personal style. To create a color contrast, find a strong background, complementary tones, or light. Then bring your subject into the frame to contrast the background, and suddenly the subject stands out and the entire frame feels cinematic. So there are many ways to create contrast. Don't be afraid to break the rules and experiment. Now that everything's covered, there's only one thing left. Color grade. I'll be grading this in 2 ways, with Dehancer and without Dehancer. Alright, let's just start it. So we are here at DaVinci Resolve, and the first thing I need to do before color grading is changing the settings of a color management. I'll go to settings, find the color management, and changing timeline color space to DaVinci WG Intermediate, and output color space to Rec 709 Gamma 2.4. And after that, you can click save and cancel. So now, we can do the color grade, so let's add our footage. Okay. So now we can go to color tab. So I have already made a PowerGrade, which will be free and is on the description below. So after that, we can now import my PowerGrade. So we can go to gallery and to PowerGrade 1 and then click import and find the DRX file. So here it is, sire PowerGrade.drx. And after that one, we can now drag it into our footage. So after this, we can go to CST in, and this already changed to my camera. So if you have a different camera, you can change it. Like for example, you have S-Log 3, so changing it to Sony S-Gamma 3.cine and Sony S-Log 3. So I'm gonna change this back. So after this, we can now do the color correction. So this one is the color correction. So we can now go to exposure and changing the exposure due to your liking. I'm gonna go for 10, lift for 10, gamma maybe 2, and then gain maybe 3. So after you change your exposure, we can now go to white balance. So for white balance, we can go to temp here. I like more cooler. So after you did the white balance, we can now go to curves. So for curves, I go to curves tab. I'ma raise this one and then maybe select a little bit right here and then low it down so that our blacks is not black. So as you can see, if I turn this one off, you can see there's the here one is the black, there's one is the black. If I do turn on the curves, you see it's more like flat. So after this, we can now go to Dehancer in node 6. So we can now search, I already searched it, but we can search Dehancer and then put it into node 6. So after this is already in Rec 709. As you can see in the CST out, it says Rec 709 Gamma 2.4, so we leave it as Rec 709. So after this, here, exposure, temperature, tint, difference radius. I don't usually move this one because I already move it right here. This one, like the exposure, and then temperature is white balance, so on and so forth. So after this, I'm gonna go with film. So for film, there are many film profiles. Choose whatever you do or whatever you like. So for now, let me choose the default one, which is Kodak Vision 3 250D. And you can adjust the push and pull lever depending to your liking. So for now, let me just try to... So I like -2 because it adds a little bit of contrast. So after this, we go to film developer, which film developer is saturation in short terms. So if we click the enable and then go into color boost, maybe I have a 8-bit camera, so we can adjust into like 50. So the color is enhanced. So you can adjust here contrast boost depending on your liking. So we can go to film compression, which film compression is more like if you have a sky that is too bright, you enable this one. I don't have a sky, maybe I have a sky but it's not too bright, so I'm gonna leave it as default. So for expand, I'm gonna leave this one as default too. So after this, we can go to print. So for print, there are many also print profiles. So the mainly used is Kodak 2383 print film. So let me use this one, as you can see. So after this, I go to color density and make it 60. So the color has a density. So you can see right here. So I'm gonna just add it a little bit more, so like 80. Let me adjust the targeting white to -2. And now the footage looks awesome. So in color head, I don't usually do much of this right here. I leave this one as default. So in film grain, it depends on your liking also, but for now, let me enable this one and then changing it to maybe like 40. So there's also a lot of profile also, but I'll leave it as default. So here in annihilation, I usually enable this one. I like this one, and I usually enable this one and changing it depending on what I want. So let me just adjust it to maybe like 75. That's it. So after this, we can go to bloom, click enable, go to 75 also. And after this, so for film damage, I don't usually enable this one. I leave it as default. And also for film breath, I usually leave this as default. And also as gate weave. So here in overscan, I usually sometimes on this one enable. Like look at this, super 35mm 137.1. So this is the look of it. There's a lot of gate type depending on what you're like widescreen. This one is more like a film before, but for now, let me disable this one and leave it as default. So for vignette, I enable this one, but sometimes not, depending on the scene and the footage. So for monitor output LUT generator options, I don't usually go here, so I'm gonna leave it as default also. So after everything, it's time for polish. Let's see what I can adjust. So we can go to exposure, maybe add a little bit of brightness, maybe 3 is good, and white balance, maybe add some more of warm, maybe like that. And I'll go to Dehancer and then find some, as you can see, the image is kind of flat, right? So I'm just trying to find some contrast boost in film developer. So let me add some boost, maybe 20, yeah, right here is good. And then I'm gonna add some color boost. So I'm gonna, from 50, I'm just gonna try it to 80. Yeah, I think the color is added. Let's see what we can adjust. White balance again. Yeah, we can adjust the white balance again. And then the curves, we can adjust the curves to what it is now. Maybe add some color density to it. Yeah, I'll just add another curves for now. So yeah, I like this one. So this is what you get when you color grade in Dehancer. So if you want to buy Dehancer, you can use my discount code SAR to get a 10% discount. So for people who doesn't use Dehancer and want to use my LUT, I'm also selling a LUT for affordable price. It comes with a cube file, step-by-step tutorial, and practice footage that you can work with. So I'm going to show you how my LUT works. So before color grading, you need to change your color management in the settings. So from Thailand color space, change it to DaVinci WG Intermediate, and for output color space, change it to Rec 709 Gamma 2.4. But if you're using a Mac, change it to Rec 709/A. -A. So after this, you can click save and cancel. After you download my LUT or import my LUT, so I have 3 .cube file, slug3, Canon 3, and a flexible LUT. Right now I'm shooting slug3, so you can just drag and drop hit this one for my LUT. As you can see, the colors is good, and you can add 2 nodes, which is you can adjust exposure and white balance, and you can just add another for saturation. So for exposure, as I see in the scopes, I'm just gonna lower the gamma. So lowering the gamma now. So add a little bit of contrast. So as you can see, it's contrast now. After that, you can go to white balance. Let me just change it to more of a yellow, warm. So like this, I want like this. For saturation, I think this is good. For now, let me just leave this default. So that's how my LUT works. If you want a more in-depth tutorial, you can check out my Cyrus Cinematic LUT. Link in the description below. Big thanks to Dehancer for the collaboration, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Morning comes with the early summer light. Curtains sway gently by the window, and you're sleeping. Tender wind dancing on my skin makes me stay